1, 2, 3, all eyes on me.
1, 2, eyes on you.
Deshaun's pencils down, his eyes are on me. Jordan's pencils down, his eyes are on me. I'm waiting for 2 more pairs of eyes. I'm waiting for 2 more pencils to go down. I have Sage's eyes, she's on me no matter where I am. I've got those eyes. Krishana, over here, babe. Come on, put those eyeballs over here. Today's text is about ordinary objects that the author finds interesting. I'm thinking of an ordinary object that we have right here in our classroom, and it's one of our plants. We love our plants in this classroom, and I could just describe this as an ordinary plant with circle leaves. It's green. There's some dirt. Or I could say that this is a good fortune plant because this plant has circle leaves like coins, and it grows in many different directions, which means I'm going to have good fortune, money, and prosperity in every aspect of my life because it grows in every direction. Which one was more interesting? My first description or my second description? Show me on your fingers. Was my first one more interesting or was my second? My second one. Hands down. Yeah. My first description was way more interesting than my second one, and today we are going to read a text from an author that takes ordinary objects and describes them in interesting ways. And it's our job as readers to notice how the author does this. Now, before we get into our reading, I have a shout out! Shout out! These teammates got mastery or above on their exit ticket from yesterday. Let's give them a kip clap when we hear their names. Deshaun, Howie, Zariah, Lyric, Dominic, Jaquan, Sage, Tavi. Give them a round of applause. I can't wait to see more names on our mastery board tomorrow. Come on. I can't wait to see more names. And before, I know, the pictures are... Excuse me, I'm allergic to interrupting. Thank you. Before we do our reading, I do want to go over 3 vocab words. First word is depends. Say it.
Depends.
Read the definition for us. Krishan, read the definition for us, babe. Thank you. And just like Buzz and Woody, they depend on one another. They rely on one another. They're important to one another. Thank you, my darling. The next word is glazed. Say it.
Glazed.
Read the definition for us. Lyric.
Glazed, having a shiny coating.
Very good. And we see in this picture, see Meg's hair, how it looks like it's wet. It's glazed. I, had a picture of a glazed donut up there, but then I thought y'all would get a little too excited. The last word today is wheelbarrow. Say it.
Wheelbarrow.
This is a long definition. Oh my gosh, look at these hands who are ready to tackle this long definition. Go for it, Dominic.
A small cart with a wheel and front 2 legs at the wheel and 2 handles to lift for lifting and pushing the cart forward.
So we see our picture of our wheelbarrow right here, ladies and gentlemen. And before we get, I realized I haven't given you your text. We have a new text today. And we're going to read a text within our text. And there's some kind of tricky directions for how to find that page. When you get your text, turn to page 86. What page are you going to turn to?
86.
Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Thank you. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. 86. All the way to the back.
Already found it.
That's 85. 86. So, when you turn to page 86, you'll see it says love that dog at the top. Some of you may have a blank page. Some of you may have a book that says Miss Stretchberry's Other Poems. If you don't see Miss Stretchberry's Other Poems, turn the page, and then you can see some of the poems used by Miss Stretchberry. And then we're going to turn the page one more time. We're looking for this poem called The Red Wheelbarrow. You're going to give me a silent thumbs up to show me that you have found the red wheelbarrow. I know Jordan has found the red wheelbarrow. I know Malik has found the red wheelbarrow. Can you put it on your desk so I can see too? Excellent. Beautiful. Brilliant. I love it. Go ahead, take your arms out of your shirt. We are still belly to table, back to chair. And before we even read this poem, before we even read this text, I want you to take a look at it. Don't read it. Just look at it. Before we read, what kind of text or genre is this? What kind of text or genre is the red wheelbarrow? And how do you know? I'm giving you 1 minute to jot your answer in your before reading spot. Ready, set, go. Torin isn't wasting any time. He's getting right to work. He's jotting what he thinks the genre is. How do you know? Good. How do you know? Look here, down here. Go. What do you think this is? What kind of text is this? Interesting. Why do you think that?
I'm seeing lots of that.
Interesting. Why do you think that is? Darling, right here. Can you open back up to the poem? Can you open back up to
Oh,
text?
some of us heard something.
Why do you think that this is not a poem? Without reading at it, just glance at it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. What is it? Why? But we haven't read it yet. Just looking at it.
Life. That's what a red wheelbarrow does.
Pencils down. Interesting. Because, oh, I'm sorry. The direction was pencils down, so those pencils should be down. Kevion's pencils down. Thank you. Krishan's pencils down. Thank you, Jaquan. Your pencils down. The front couple rows got the genre, but I didn't get to see their why. Back tables, I didn't get to see your genres yet. What is the genre or kind of text that we're looking at? I saw it over here. Tavi? It's a poem. Tavi, how do you know it's a poem? Hold on, Tavi, let's get you the respect you deserve. Zion is tracking Tavi. Malik is tracking Tavi. Waiting for a couple eyes in the back. Sage is tracking Tavi. Zariah is tracking Tavi. Tavi, how do you know that this is a poem?
Because it rhymes.
Does it?
Yep.
I'm sorry. Tavi has the floor. Go ahead. What do you mean graphs? Okay, so it's short, right? We see these short parts. Layla, what else? Tracking Layla. Dominic's tracking Layla. Where does it say once upon a time? This says so much depends upon. Oh, but why else can we say it's a poem, Layla? There's lots of spaces. Sage? Sage is going to be our last person. We're tracking Sage. Miss Stokes and Miss Jackson must have taught your big juicy brains so well to remember William Carlos Williams. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to read this poem to you. It is a poem, and we know because of these short lines and the short stanzas. When there's short paragraphs like this in a poem, we call them stanzas. What do we call them?
Stanzas.
Very good. Now, I am going to read this poem called The Red Wheelbarrow to you. As I'm reading, I want you to think about the question words. Who or what, and in this text it's going to be a what is it doing, or what is happening, where, and when. Follow along while I read aloud. The Red Wheelbarrow by William Carlos Williams. So much depends upon a red wheelbarrow glazed with rainwater beside the white chickens. While you're writing, I'm going to read it one more time. Get your pencils ready because you're going to jot down those answers to those question words. Go. So much depends upon a red wheelbarrow glazed with water beside the white chickens. Or what are we talking about? Okay, this one's the hardest part of you too. When this just happened.
You're doing this now. Do this. Who is it about? Who or what? And what is the main action?
Interesting. There's some very interesting ideas. Let's get them down on our paper. Is this about the chicken? Or is it about something else?
I'm trying to think of what action.
Is it about William Carlos Williams? Or is it about something else? What's it about? What's it about? What's this poem about? I want you to try again. I want you to try again for that. I understand this first stanza.
Can we answer any of the other words about it? Any of the other question words? Go back and read it again.
Get to one. What is it about?
You got the same thing.
I want you to try again. What is this poem mostly about? Start here. Okay, write it here. Oh, I also should have set a timer. Sorry. Bring it back in 3, 2, 1. Z-E-R-O. I saw some very interesting answers, and I feel like we're in the right direction, but we could use a little bit of help. I think we've got this one, so I want to see strong, proud hands. Who or what is this text mostly about? Howie is raising a strong, proud hand. Tavi's raising a strong, proud hand. Earl is raising a strong, proud hand. Howie, what is this text mostly about? It's about a red wheelbarrow. I want to come back to this what action because I do think that's the trickiest part. And if we could fill in these other ones, I think that can help us find what's going on with this red wheelbarrow. Let's start with when. When are we talking about this red wheelbarrow? What has just happened in this poem that tells us when? Lyric is raising a strong, proud hand. Jordan is raising a strong, proud hand. Tavon is raising a strong, proud hand. Zariah?
This happens when it's raining.
After it rains, or when it has rained. Where are we talking about? Where? Oh, Earl is raising a strong, proud hand. Jordan is raising it. Krishan is raising a strong, proud hand. Strong, proud hands are all the way up. Yes, Jaquan, that is a strong, proud hand. Earl? Why do you say that? So it's buy some chickens, right? I like that inference you made about the farm. I'm going to add buy chickens. Let's buy some chickens. You could also say it's outside buy some chickens, but I wouldn't change the farm. But if you didn't have the fact that it's on the farm, you're not making a mistake. I want us to go back and reread that first stanza to find our what action. Put your finger on the first stanza where it says so. Put your finger on that first stanza where it says stow. Kevinon's on that first stanza. Howie's on the first stanza. Jaquan, it's a deduction. Open your book.